I mean, they been saying, thinking like, damn, why the hell did that shit happen to my whip? And I was just thinking, everything happened for a reason. I just made like three, 3 or 4 videos. And I'm like, maybe that was motivation to fucking grind. If I ain't have my whip, maybe it won't grind. I don't fucking know. But goddamn, but it's alright though. But I just seen some shit on YouTube. Got some shit with Juice WRLD in it. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna react to them motherfuckers.
Noom is much more than a weight loss program. It actually combines the power of technology.
I watch YouTube on a daily basis, so why not just record myself watching them instead of just chilling watching them? That makes sense, pussy.
With the empathy of real. What's good, everyone? It's a DK reporting for No Jumper, and today we're here to talk about Juice WRLD. And rather than focusing on the career or the music of Juice in and of itself, instead today I wanted to take a look at the moments leading up to his gigantic rise to stardom, and in particular hone in on the team that formed around him. On beat,
damn, I got drippy ahead with nowhere to go. That's crazy.
His knees from Death Race to Love, Juice WRLD raps.
I still see the shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. Looking at.
And this is something that's often forgot about in the hip-hop ecosystem to fans, and that is the importance of who backs you, who's invested in you, and the importance of a team behind you. Pick any top-tier artist, and there is a good chance there is a very well-known group, entity, or person that already had success and knew the industry that is behind them, that's helping them open up the doors for their success. Drake and Nicki had Birdman / Lil Wayne, Kendrick had Dr. Dre / Top Dog, J. Cole had Jay-Z, Big Sean had Kanye West, etc., etc. And this isn't only for the older artists, all the way down to Playboy Carti who had ASAP Rocky and The Mob, Lil Yachty who had Coach KLP, or even Lil Uzi who had DJ Drama and Don Cannon. Especially in rap, it's easy to just see the rapper on the front line, but really there is a whole army behind them setting up the place. And for Juice WRLD, this was Grade A Productions, a company started by fellow Chicago natives Lil Bibby and G Money, who Juice WRLD would sign to early on in his career. And in addition to Juice WRLD's team, it's also important to mention Peter J and also G Herbo.
It's kind of overwhelming, but at the same time, I try not to dwell on it too much because I know I'm like the company I keep, they're real business savvy. And I know they know what the fuck is going on, so I could feel comfortable.
So let's have a look at these people one by one. Lil Bibby is a name that a lot of people may be familiar with, but perhaps some may not know the history behind. Hailing from East Side Chicago, with tracks like Kill Shit, which was with G Herbo, who went as Lil Herb at that time. And How We Move, which featured King Louis.
I ain't gonna cap. That nigga BB was all they had. It's like that nigga like, I ain't gonna cap. 21 before 21, if you could say that. Like, nigga wasn't drilled, nigga was just, that nigga don't jump his right? I don't know, I ain't.
My little homie just did 3. Around this time, Bibby was entrenched deep into the burgeoning Chicago drill scene, and over the coming years, Bibby would release project after project and was getting hella cosigns that put him in a position to be a huge solo artist.
That boy Bibby don't went from street nigga to rapper to businessman. I respect it. That's the route I'd rather go. I always thought of myself like as a business nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always want to do something like that got to do with me, myself, in the business. I don't want to be no rap nigga. I rather do this YouTube shit. YouTube shit be litty in here, like fun vibes, you know what I'm saying? Negativity, all positivity, no negativity. That's what I meant to say, no negativity. Cause I feel like if you rap about negative shit gonna come to you. You know what I'm saying? You get what you give out. You give out positive energy, you get positive energy. You give out negative energy, you get negative energy. Hey, Lanny.
From being dubbed as, quote, the future by Drake to landing on the 2014 XXL cover. In an alternate timeline, Bibby would have blew up around this time and become a mainstream star in his own right.
This nigga wasn't XXL, nigga, that's Bibby. Oh, that's Bibby by August Alsina and the fat nigga. They go Ty Dolla $ign. Bitch homie. This is a good class though. Out of how many people were still relevant? One. Too. I don't know. Dirk and Gates, the only niggas that's still relevant.
However, his story as a solo artist took an unfortunate path, and a shady label situation would cause major issues surrounding the release of his music, as he's touched on various times.
Free Bibby, man. I'm in a label situation right now, and almost free. So you know what I'm saying? I was in a little jam for a little minute, so that been a movement. Free Bibby, you know what I'm saying? Really wanted to get out that situation for a long time. That's why I haven't been holding my music for a little minute.
And he also said in this interview, which happened in September of 2019, that he was out of the studio for a year and a half, and he was waiting to get out of his contract to release music again. So basically what happened here was Bibby just started to transform more so from the music side of things to the business side of things, and the second person in this equation who is Lil Bibby's business partner in Grade A is G Money, who you would have heard Juice WRLD reference numerous times. G Money has less of a public story, as he was never a rapper or a personality like Bibby was. However, it's interesting to note that him and Bibby are brothers, and G Money is someone who's very invested into the business side of things. Now, the third person to this equation is Peter J, who became Juice WRLD's manager and was more involved in the day-to-day process for Juice. Hailing from Chicago himself, Peter got a start in the industry doing live shows for Chicago artists back in 2016 like Dirk and Herbo. Additionally, on the side of this, he would do merchandise for people like Famous Dex, and around this time he was pretty well connected in the Chicago scene and already had a relationship with Bibby through the live show work he was doing. Then eventually, when Bibby linked up with Juice and started working with them, he asked Bibby if he could get involved. So that's kind of three key people right there. Add G Herbo into that mix, and between those four people, by the time they got involved with Juice, between all of them, you had well over a decade worth of experience within the music industry. Bibby said in this interview, quote, "Since I first got in, I was never just an artist. I was always in on the business side of things. I'm always with top music people in the music business, and I'm just all ears." Okay, so that kind of sets the scene for the team. Now for the plays they made that put Juice into the positions he needed to be. Now, according to this interview here with Peter, Bibby started to get involved with Juice in September of 2017, and by the time they did, he was already fairly well developed musically, having already released the cult classic mixtape Juice WRLD 99, which has now iconic Juice songs such as Moonlight.
Don't know when I met you, but I met you. Don't know why I love you, but I love you all.
And Lucid Dreams. It all began.
Don't know what I mean. I don't know. I like that. I like that sound. I don't even listen to Juice WRLD like that. I don't like, but I like that shit.
Such as Moonlight.
Don't know when I met you, but I met you. Don't know why I love you, but I love you all.
And Lucid Dreams. It all
Don't know why I met you. Don't know why I want you. I could have did way better than my last bitch. I'm doing really better now. I don't know, like on some rockstar shit. Like if I was to make music, I'd be on some rockstar shit. Like I'd be in the bit, like I can't rap. I'll be like singing or I'll be screaming. It's either in between. It's either one or the other. I'll either be singing or screaming. Cause I can't rap. I can't be like, yeah nigga been heavy shit. Yeah nigga. I'm either gonna be like, bitch, I know you. Nah, I don't know. Bitch, I'm doing better. I done have my hands up. Bitch, I want me to my hands now. I don't know. What's on part shit I could like see? Ooh, I just pull up in that brand new coupe. Sliding in that Buick, it's just me. I don't know. I can't sing no rap shit.
all began with G Herbo's DJ Victorious, who would put G Money onto Juice, and then G Money would put Biggie onto Juice.
I been doing better. You know I be yes up. You know I'm popping and you are rocking. Is that all? I don't know that shit ass.
And once hearing Juice's music, he knew he was special.
And he played me the song All Girls the Same. And I was like, all right, that's a good song. And then he sent over some YouTube links and I heard Lucid Dreams. When I heard Lucid Dreams, I'm like, oh, like, now this is like probably the best song that I heard in about 10 years. So that's when I really knew, and I kind of like, okay, we gotta go with this, you know what I'm saying? So I got to making all the calls.
And then when Peter got involved with the movement, it was January of 2018, and according to Peter, when this happened, Juice only had 1,000 followers. Quote, it was a leap of faith, going on to say, I was in a position like, alright, you gotta be ready to drop everything and put all your eggs in. Now, ancillary to Juice WRLD and Grade A Productions are two key figures, Interscope Records, who Juice WRLD eventually signed to via Grade A, and Cole Bennett / Lyrical Lemonade. Cole Bennett at this stage, both in terms of who he is and his impact on Juice WRLD's career, really needs no introduction. Simply put, without Cole Bennett's co-sign, especially early on with videos like All Girls Are the Same and Lucid Dreams in February and May of 2018 respectively, Juice's career would have been very different. His pure talent probably would have got him to the success he had eventually, but this fast-tracked it for sure. And having a look at this Google Trend data for Juice WRLD from late 2017 to the middle of 2018, noticing that
nigga Juice WRLD was up for a long ass time. Like, this nigga views like high as fuck. Like, I don't think I know. I only know like I don't really know no Juice WRLD fans, but his views high as fuck. The niggas in Chicago listen to Juice WRLD.
the spikes when the Cole Bennett
Or do you think like Juice WRLD is got like all ex fans?
videos dropped, you can tell how much it helped, and this essentially took Juice from a relatively unknown SoundCloud artist to someone with literally millions of views. And this Cole Bennett play was set up by Lil Bibby, who already had enough of a relationship with Cole Bennett to make the calls and set up the shoots for Juice. And this is those plays behind the scenes I was talking about earlier. Without Bibby already having that relationship with Cole and connecting Cole with Juice, all those first Cole Bennett videos and all the rest after that possibly never happened, and again, maybe Juice's career goes on a different path. And secondly is the Interscope Records deal, which was reportedly worth $3 million and came out in March of 2018. We literally hear all the time about artists who get in mess up label situations, which kind of forces their career either to a halt or a downward spiral, more so due to a poor business decision rather than the music. And Grade A was the one responsible for setting up the Interscope play for Juice. He remembers in this interview here that Juice at that time was getting big ticket offers from various labels. One of them was Def Jam, and at one point in time Def Jam were willing to sign Juice, so Juice could have easily ended up under the Def Jam umbrella. However, once they did the videos with Cole Bennett, Bibby knew that he was worth more than what Def Jam were offering, so he decided to go with Interscope instead. Now, this might seem like a small minor detail, but it's interesting to think about what would have happened if he had signed to Def.
There was the world as we knew it. And then everything changed. People died and then returned.
Def Jam. If you're unfamiliar, in 2017, Def Jam got a new president, Paul Rosenberg, who left in February of this year, which means that he would have been there to handle Juice's career. And if you're unaware, it's basically no secret that Def Jam, under the regime of Paul Rosenberg, wasn't exactly the best label for new signees. A Forbes article on the topic of him leaving said, quote, but after a signing boom that didn't produce new rap stars,
This shit boring as fuck. I don't really like bro music, so
Who made this beat?
Nigga don't ever mention my name, nigga. We ain't the same. We living two different lives, I promise that. You got me twisted. Hey, yeah, I'm the same nigga from the block. You got me twisted. Hey, yeah, I walk around with a Glock. You got me twisted. Hell no, this ain't the same thing, roll. You got me twisted. Hell no, I'm folk with that same hoe. You got me twisted. Hell no, we don't rock the same code. You got me twisted. Hell yeah, my jewelry real little bitch. You got me twisted. Hell no, fake kick it. You got me twisted. Hell yeah, nigga, my car.